most CEOs today are taking almost a backseat when, or do you find rather that there are a lot of CEOs that take a backseat when things just get hard, or more importantly, when they have an executive team, they try to blame other people for the outcome of what didn't work or didn't happen versus taking ownership?
Definitely. And the reason why I feel that so many CEOs tend to take the back seat when the drama happens is because they've been busy being in the work too much.
In the work too much.
In the work too much. That's the whole point, is to get yourself in a company, get it moving, get the vision going, and then come out of it.
And then come out of it. Say that again.
And then come out of it. It's only your job to set the vision for the team and let the team create your vision and make it happen.
You know what's so funny? I don't think that most people, I actually don't think that most CEOs even realize that they're supposed to come out of the business at some point, whether it's a year, 2 years, 5 years, or even 30. It's almost like they were like, no, I'm going to be here forever.
Yes.
But the truth of the matter is that it's actually like of them to go and get out and either go do something else, go build something else. Tell me, why do you feel like most people stay in it too long? Why is it that that business owner stays too long, or not even business owners? Because there's other department or other organizations that happens to. Why? Why do you think? Do you think it's control?
Part of it could be control, but believe it or not, I believe that it's tied to having an addiction to struggle. And I can only speak that from my personal experience. You see, I grew up watching my mom, my aunties in my neighborhood make ends meet, and it became such a craft that as I grew up watching it, a craft, meaning I remember being the oldest daughter, walking to the cabinet, only having 1 can of green beans in my cabinet, and looking at my siblings to say, go to bed, we'll eat at school tomorrow. And watching my community come together to put a piece of fried chicken or a potato or something together, while that helped us to survive.
Yeah.
At some point, when you become a business owner, a CEO, you have to pay attention to those old habits, old behaviors, those things that are embedded in you that you don't realize sneak up on you.
But do you feel like, it's really that easy to just get rid of old habits?
I do not believe that. I believe that a lot of this drama that happens, you get tired of it.
You get tired.
You get tired of it.
And you're done.
And you're done, and you realize you gotta do something different.
Because something breaks, though. The marriage breaks, your home breaks, your family breaks, people start quitting left and right, customers leave, or you just have one of those things where you embarrass the flip out of yourself because you can't pay bills.
Definitely.
I think that's one of the biggest, for sure.
Yeah.
Where you ignore a problem or multiple problems that are happening in the company for a long time, and then you have a month where you're like, wait a second, payroll is in 2 days. Those 4 bills are due. I need 30, so wait a second, and then the money's not there. And then we try to say, oh, the money's not there because we had a bad month, such. But for us, one of our core company values is the fact that it's always my fault. Right? And if whatever reason, we have a bad quarter, a bad month, it's my fault. Because either I didn't fire fast enough, I didn't hire fast enough.
Correct.
I didn't have enough meetings, we did not train you. It's something inside of it.
Yeah.
No matter how many people I put in place, at the end of the day, it's really my fault. Tell me this, do you feel like there's a difference between men and women? Do you feel like it's age? Because you travel the country and you have businesses in so many different places, but more importantly in different industries.
Believe it or not, I grew up Latina and Black, and in my community, the message that I received, you see that? Latina and Black.
Latina and Black. Okay,
Black's again another way of saying it.
Absolutely.
And during those times, my nana used to teach us, serve the man first. So I got subliminal messages. So until I became a CEO and got in the seat, I used to believe that that was a masculine position.
Yep.
Until I became this role, and I realized there is no gender to this.
No.
There is no gender preference. There's no age preference. No. I mean, I have a 16-year-old son that's killing it. He's making more money than some adults I know, and he just comes up with ideas, but he makes them happen. It's not the age. It's a mindset. It's a doing. It's a doing something. And you don't get there overnight. But to answer your question, no, I believe this is fair game.
This is fair game. Greatest opportunity today that exists. What do you feel like the greatest opportunity just exists for humans, period?
Creativity. The things that you can create. my daughter, I have a millennial daughter, came the other day and she goes, Mom, you know what? I've been noticing that there's things that exist in the world right now that either can be made better or we don't pay attention to, we take them for granted. Something simple as toilet paper. And she gave me the example of how the stocks went up during COVID for the things that you use every day and don't take advantage of. So the other day, we were just sitting around the house having a huge family party. Some of my family members hookah, and we had these hookahs all over the place. Beautiful. And my daughter goes, hey, Mom, do you know there's only one place in Vegas that does hookah inside of real fruit? And she goes, I have my food handler's license. I have my license to serve alcohol. She goes, I'm creating a delivery service. And I'm going to start delivering this stuff to people's doors because there's only one that I have to drive to and go do and get when you want it. So my daughter goes, hey, so that's just a small idea, but there's a ton of opportunities to go create money. And money's creative. Money's creative.
Money is creative.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, every time I think about this idea, oh, there's a recession coming and things like that. And don't get me wrong, I do believe that everyone should be mindful on how they spend money. However, I think there's this crazy idea that people believe that the money just evaporates and it just goes away to another planet. Like the money leaves the world, not the U.S., it leaves the world and it goes to Jupiter and it's just
It
there.
recedes somewhere.
It's gone, right, correct, it's evaporated. And it is not it at all, not even close. Tell me, when you think about the mid-level small business in the U.S. and you say, okay, great, something is happening around the corner. What one thing can they do tomorrow to go and prepare themselves, their team, their world? Like, what should they be focusing on?
I'm going to say something very radical that people probably won't think to do.
Let me adjust my seat for this.
I'm going to tell them to get out of their job. Find a way to get out of your job. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying for everybody to just get up and leave their job, but I need for their mindset to start moving outside of this brick and mortar, this 9 to 5, do sort of what my daughter just did. You know, look for opportunities around you to make money. I look at the mental health industry. During COVID, telehealth used to mainly be in the medical field. It quickly moved into the mental health field, so much so that it created a revenue stream for the mental health industry, and it also became acceptable as a billable service through the mental health insurance companies. And even though COVID is lifted today, it is still one of the mainstream revenue, and no one would have ever thought about that.